You watch 5
Channel
o'clock
3
news
at
tonight?
5.
What's that?
You watch 5 o'clock news tonight?
Uh-uh.
I was on for KNAMT. They were over here talking dog ordinance.
Yep.
Oh, yeah?
I saw you.
Welcome, everybody. Consideration of approval of the agenda.
So move, Your Honor.
Second.
Clerk, call the roll.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Agenda is approved as submitted. Consideration of approval of the minutes of the October 5 and October 14 meetings. Any discussion? So move.
Second.
Clerk, call the roll.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
The minutes of the October 5 and 14 meetings are approved. Consideration of approval of the consent calendar. Any questions or discussion?
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, call the roll.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager.
Consent calendar is approved as submitted. Business of the mayor, we have a swearing in. Is Hunter Ortmeyer here? Okay. You come up.
Just stand right over there and face that way.
Hands behind your head.
Assume the position,
We'll get a proper hazing in here.
We're a tough crowd here. We're
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Hunter Ortmeyer,
I, Hunter Ortmeyer,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and I will faithfully and impartially,
and I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties
discharge of all the duties
of Reserve Police Officer
of a Reserve Police Officer
for the City of Charles City, Iowa,
for the City of Charles City, Iowa,
as now or hereafter required by law.
and now is hereafter required by law.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
very good.
Welcome to the force.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Consideration of Resolution 124-15, setting date for public hearing on urban renewal plan amendment. Discussion.
Yeah. We have an agreement with Charles City Area Development Corporation for funding their operations as part of their ongoing operating revenues. And historically, we've had an agreement with them that's been a 3-year agreement that is funded through our various TIF districts. And so we have come to the last year. This last June was the last year final payment for that agreement. So in order to continue that, we need to look at redoing the agreement and redoing that for whatever term we think is necessary. We're proposing another 3-year term. And so to do that, we need to amend the TIF districts to incorporate that plan into the funding from them. So what we're doing tonight is we're going to be setting public hearing for amending the urban renewal plan, as well as setting public hearing for consideration of the resolution that will approve that agreement. So what we're looking at then would be setting public hearing tonight, and then holding the final public hearing. Holding the public hearing on November 16th to amend the urban renewal areas and amend the contract and renew the contract. One of our, we do have, our Southwest TIF group will be meeting here in the next week or two to discuss the possible funding requests, and since it's a joint city-county entity, they will be making a recommendation as far as the Southwest TIF portion of that, but we'll have that ready for council review on November 16th.
Questions?
Yeah, I'm just going to also mention that Delaney happened to notice that within our resolution, they did not include one of the TIF districts that we've typically had part of this. So you'll notice that the Park Avenue TIF district was not listed. That needs to be added in to go along with Riverside and Southwest. You may also notice that South Grand is not in there, and that one is expiring this year, so we won't be drawing any increment from that area.
So that's to be considered as added to the resolution.
Right. We're not approving the resolution tonight, we're setting public hearing, but just we'll be correcting that so that we have the proper resolution in November, so.
Downtown TIF is in there.
Riverside
Riverside.
is downtown, and then Southwest, and then Park Avenue.
I would so move to set the date for November 16th for the public hearing.
Second.
Are you going to have Tim come and visit with us as well?
Yes, he's planning on coming to that Southwest TIF meeting and making a presentation.
Okay.
So
Will he be also coming to one of our workshops, though, here?
I would suspect that after we meet with Southwest TIF, he'll be coming to that follow-up
Okay.
workshop here as well, because
Okay.
I think he's going to ask for a modification to the funding amount that we'll have
Okay.
to consider, so
He's
You
thinking
have a
it's going
date for
down.
the Southwest, for the TIF meeting?
working on it.
Okay.
I just need to hear back from my Southwest TIF committee members.
You're not going to mention any names, but
No, we're looking at possibly November 30th, or I'm sorry, October 30th, or maybe sometime that week, that first week in November. So we're trying to get that date nailed down.
Yep.
Further discussion or questions?
So move.
We already moved.
you already moved and seconded, we're just waiting for a vote.
Mm.
Clerk will call the roll.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Resolution 124-15 is approved. Consideration of Resolution 125-15, setting a date of meeting at which it is proposed to approve a development agreement with the Area Development Corporation, including annual appropriation tax increment payments. Discussion.
Now, this is the public hearing that we'll have to actually put that agreement. This is the actual agreement itself. So this public hearing will follow the public hearing to amend the urban renewal areas.
I'd so move.
Second.
Clerk will call the roll.
Malero.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Resolution 125-15 is approved. Consideration of motion approving engagement letter with Dorsey Whitney for Urban Renewal Plan Amendment and Development Agreement with ADC. Discussion.
This is our agreement letter with Dorsey and Whitney, who is our bonding attorney that we utilize for our urban renewal projects, and this is our engagement letter to sign them on as representing the city in hopes of this matter with negotiating with ADC and getting this new agreement in place. Part of the reason why we like to do a multiple-year agreement on this, so we only have to pay this every few years.
Their estimate, it will not exceed $4,500, right?
That is correct.
And that gets paid out of,
A combination of those three TIF areas.
I was going to say, it comes out of the TIF districts, right?
Correct.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Clerk will call the roll.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager. Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Motion is approved. Consideration of Resolution 126-15, accepting the 2014 North River Walk project and authorizing final payment. Discussion.
Yes, Building and Grounds LLC, they were the general contractor for the North River Walk project, and they've completed the project improvements in substantial completion with the contract documents. Now, this project consists of the construction of the paved trail on this side of the river it follows closer, it's near the river, and it goes from the, behind the library, near the pedestrian bridge, downstream to nearly Branningham Street Bridge. And this project, along with the picnic shelters, that received a RECAT grant in the amount of $36,054. So this project was completed at a total cost of $32,938.50. And the original bid price submitted by Building and Grounds was $28,116.15. Now, the $5,000 overrun, that resulted in increasing the trail's pavement thickness from 5 inches to 6 inches. Now, the same contractor for this project was also awarded the Cedar River retaining wall repair project that was completed this year. And prior to, well, we designed and let the walkway project prior to our knowledge of the scope of the retaining wall repair project. So what we did, we worked with this contractor, delaying the walkway project, getting the riverfront repairs done, and then we felt just for future maintenance, it'd be good to increase the thickness of the trail from 5 inches to 6 inches just for future maintenance traffic. So Building and Grounds, they have submitted a 2-year maintenance bond to the city for the for this project, and it will run from the date of the acceptance of the project for 2 years. So we recommend approval of Resolution 12615, accepting this project and authorizing final payment to Building and Grounds.
Questions or discussion?
And that area behind IC Church was left in kind of disarray all winter, but that was because of moving in the retaining wall ahead of completing that.
Yeah, and also right behind IC is one of the picnic shelters.
One of the picnic shelters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They met all their timelines and everything
Yes.
else completed on time. I'd so move.
Second.
Clerk, call the roll.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Star.
Aye.
Resolution 126-15 is approved. Miscellaneous correspondence.
None, Your Honor.
City Attorney's report.
Nothing?
City Clerk's report.
We will have a planning session on October 26th, which will be preceded by a special meeting because I neglected to have a resolution on tonight for the rental inspection, the prorating of the fees that will go into effect November 1st. So we will have a quick special meeting prior to the planning session on the 26th, and hopefully Ralph will get me a resolution for that. I'm hoping it's somewhere floating around. So that's all I have to say.
City Administrator's report.
Just a couple things. The dog ordinance, we talked at our workshop about possibly having that first reading on tonight, and we delayed that and to have the first reading most likely at that November 2nd council meeting. We're waiting on information as far as this licensing source. So depending on how that price comes in, if it's something that might work with us as far as do outsourcing our licensing, it'll affect some of the nuances to the agreement. So we certainly hope to have that information back prior to the November 2nd meeting so we can start the process for considering the animal control ordinance. Secondly, I just want to mention that at our upcoming workshop, we're going to be talking about Star Communities. We have our applications coming up here in December, so I just want to give the council an update on where we're at with our Star Communities sustainability project, and also our City Energy Advisory Team. We're working on finishing that with Iowa Economic Development Authority. We're finishing up building tune-ups, our energy action plan, and some benchmarking, and the council will have a role as far as helping adopt future energy-saving policies. And the last thing I want to mention is the LED lights are in from Mid-American, the 250 and the 400 watt. I think most of them are on hand. Mid-American is just waiting for their contractor to come in to start installing. And these lights will be going in on the major arterial roads in the town. We tried to get 4 of them put together at the 4 corners of the intersection down here, but they all came in before they could get those installed. So we're going to be seeing them pretty much all at once. So South Grand, Gilbert, Brantingham, all the highways, anywhere we have 250, 400 watt lights, we'll be seeing those LEDs here shortly. And that's all I have.
But you're yielding to the council person,
Yes.
correct?
For an announcement of sorts.
Mr. Hanson, all right, well, thank you very much for yielding the end of your time there. 2 quick, very highly important announcements. First, want to wish my daughter, Leela, a very happy 3rd birthday. And second, wanted to announce as well that coming in the end of April, we are expecting the arrival of our 3rd child. So, I'm going to pass that along to the council.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank
Mine's
you.
gonna go on an increase in council weight.
There's a lot of trepidation as to what these announcements might be, so. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Board, commission, or committee reports?
School alive, aren't you?
Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? We're adjourned.
I'll send you that resolution.
Hunter?
We're not getting into the species.
Hope you didn't drive all the way from Mason City.
No, I always stick around.
You want another council paycheck?